You've heard of unconditional love, but have you heard of the secret to unconditional happiness and allowing more into your life? More wealth, more success, and more love. More freedom in your life right now. Welcome to the Happy Bar with Israel Savage.
So I have a couple things. I did stand up last week at an open mic night, and it made me feel good about myself finally, like getting up there and telling some of the jokes that I've been working on for the past couple weeks. But like the hard thing is the entire audience is usually just other comedians because it's a Wednesday at 10 o'clock at night. Like nobody's out. And also earlier today, like have you ever watched Golden Girls?
Oh, yeah.
So I love that show. It's like one of my favorite shows. And this is just my thought process because it's all over the place. And I was like reading this article and I loved Sophia. She was like my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what like I'm trying to get better at, just being more confident in myself because I know that I'm going to have to bomb. And so I was like reading about her and like her life because she was like one of my favorite characters on the show.
Well, first of all, I love that you put yourself out there and it felt great. It's exactly what we were just talking about before, about being in the game, being in the throes of it all. It doesn't feel good to want to be doing something and holding ourselves back from that experience for whatever reason. So fantastic. One thing I just want to massage out in what you were saying has to do with conditional living. And, imagine in a relationship, and you're in a relationship with somebody because they make you feel happy. They make you feel, insert the good feeling thing. Well, what inevitably happens in that relationship, and I've seen it over and over, and I've had a few of these, when you falsely think someone else can make you feel something or not make you feel something, is one day they're going to do something and you're not going to feel good. And you're not going to feel good feeling. And in the same way that you praised them and gave them the credit for making you feel good, you're going to blame them when you don't feel good. And there's a resentment that builds up within us because, and that resentment is there because we know this person is incapable of making us feel good. It's a responsibility we've put on them that is not theirs. And the other person starts to feel resentful too because they know it. They know that the only person who's the steward of your emotions is you. And so I use that as just an example. Obviously, you weren't talking about romantic relationships there, but what you were talking about is a relationship of sorts. And that's your relationship right now with stand-up comedy. And what you said, and again, this is just fine tuning, is massaging out, is it made me feel this to do this. It made me feel that to do this. Well, really, stand-up comedy didn't make you feel that. That event didn't make you feel that. Your thoughts about you, your thoughts about that event are what inspired those good feelings for you. So you get 100% of the credit for how you feel always. I wanted to make sure you knew that. And you probably did. You get 100% of the credit. And the reason that we don't want to attribute that good feeling moment outside of ourselves to stand-up comedy is there's going to be a time when you may not have good feelings and you're going to blame stand-up comedy for it. And but same is true. You have the power in that situation. And the fix for that is your own thoughts about that experience.
So it's like you're going to have days where it's going to be awful,
right,
and you're going to bomb. And then you're going to have days where it just goes so well. You're like, whoa, that was easy. Like, why is that so easy? I guess it's just like reiterating and like staying confident in yourself, even when it's bad, and just like keep working towards your goals and stuff.
I guess what's underneath that gives us an excellent opportunity to talk about this is how to smooth out your experience, right?
Mhm.
And sure, we can live conditionally where we attribute people, places, and things, we give them credit for our happiness or blame for our unhappiness. But that's a roller coaster. You're doomed to ups and downs and ups and downs. But when we fully embrace that um, that our thoughts become things, that it all starts with our thoughts, and our emotions guide us through better and better feeling thoughts and guide us to better and better feeling thoughts, then that smooths out our path in such a great way. And we know, we feel the difference. I'm sure you've had the experience of receiving an inspired thought, say in the shower or driving or exercising. When you receive that thought, you don't need anybody's permission or validation. This is what I got to do. I don't have to ask my mother, my best friend, or anybody else. I know that this is what I need to do. Now, here is the thing. Before that thought, that idea is fully flushed out, we don't really want to share it. We want to protect it. We want to nurture it just a little bit. Let me use the word nurture rather than protect, because we don't have to defend against anything, but we want to, because once we put that thing out there, then it's subject, and we're subject to other people's practiced habits of vibration, and they can influence us until we get to a practice place around this thing, a practice good feeling place, habit of thought around this thing. And so it's okay to keep it to ourselves for just a little bit. And and so when you share, and there is a point in time when in order for our idea or our thing to get to the next level, we have to put it out there. The whole point is to communicate this thing. We don't want to keep it in our top desk drawer. We want to share it and have it grow and develop. And so in this, with my wife, for instance, I'll have some business ideas and some things that I want to do. And I have thoughts about what her thoughts are about my business ideas. And they're not feel good thoughts sometimes. And so you kind of have this feeling of reaching, of your hands out, like, just tell me I'm okay. Tell me what I'm doing is okay. Tell me. Tell me. When you're in that place, you don't want to share. You want to keep that to yourself. Never call your mother when you're in that needy place. Right? Or your father or your best friend when you're in that needy place. Instead, see if you can get yourself in a better feeling place and then share when the time is right. It's so important to do that, because that's the smoothing out of our experience. When you've reached a place, let's say you're doing stand up and you're in this place and a mindset of, wow, I can't wait to put this out there. I can't wait to see what happens with this material. This is going to give me so much information about what to do next with this project. I want them to laugh sometimes and not laugh some other times. And I also realize that I can't just do it here, this material, because it's in front of other comedians. And so they're going to react differently to the material than someone else might. So I need to workshop it. I can't let this be the end all and be all. I can't hang all my hope on thing. I can't get all my information from this one experience. I'm going to have to do it in front of a few audiences, and then I can start to hone and craft it and tweak it. But it really is about the process of tweaking, about the process of refinement. None of the reactions that I get, none of the material that I decide to cut says anything about who I am as a comedian, as an artist, as a human being. One thing's for sure, though, I am a creator. I am a creator, and that's at the heart of my being. And so I'm getting on that stage and I am creating. And I do it for that reason and that reason alone. I don't hang my hopes on reactions. I take the reactions as information, as helpful information, but I don't hang my hopes on it. I'm a success because I am a success. Because I am a success. Because I am a success. Not because someone laughs at my joke, not because someone approves of who I am or what I do. I am a success because I am a success, because I am. If you liked what you just heard, then take inspired action now. That's right, act while you are feeling good. and build on your momentum. Schedule your free discovery call with me at instudios-nyc.com/happybar.